If you struggle to decide which day you should be looking for trend continuation plays versus which days you want to be looking to trade the double break setup, stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to show you my reads on ES and NQ and my options play as well, because ES and NQ looked a little bit different today. We also had a winning trade on YM. But let's start here on NQ, looking at the double break setup. We have a loss and a win, which we go many times on this channel. You're not wrong, you're just early. That price that you bought probably will pay again if you try it again. So let's first go over what we're looking for, which is going to be a break of the opening range. So if you're new here, make sure you watch Futures 2.0. It's where I live stream every morning on AceFX TV. It's my full VWAP strategy from A to Z, everything that you need. You'll see I'm going to wait for a first break of the range, and it took a little bit of time, very choppy. We have two VWAPs above us, one underneath us. We're kind of getting sandwiched. I don't know what I want to do yet. Let me wait for more information. We get a break of the opening range, finally. Then quickly, a double break long signal comes in. Stop loss at the bottom of that range. Let's go trade up to the opening range high to fulfill the double break of this range, right? Breaking both sides of this range. We took the bottom. Let's go get the top. Just stopped out by a wick that you could barely see. Very unfortunate. Could you maybe bump to the point or two? Yes, that's hindsight, but where exactly should you put it then? It's just floating down there. So, do you flip to the shorts immediately once you get stopped out? Absolutely not. That is definitely not a trade signal or a strategy at all. So, see if trend wants to continue lower. Maybe we'll find an entry in the opposite direction of our long. Maybe our idea is still alive as it gets back above the New York VWAP. Same price you just bought it at, just maybe now 30 minutes later, another double break signal. Stop loss at this structure, and that's the one that pays, right? So were you in the wrong wanting to buy it back here? No. Is it a bad read, a bad trade? No. It's the price that paid, right? It's the time. I mean, it's the same as this buy price above the break of New York. It's all the same price. That's where you want to be long from. But when do you want to be long? Well, turns out right then and there. But it could have easily been this one, just like it could have been this one back here. So you're playing price levels. If you want to simplify your trading, make sure you check out the VTC indicator with the link down below. This indicator is what automates all my key VWAPs, all the key levels, and all the session volume profile. This indicator also comes with a dashboard that shows you where price is in relation to all its key VWAPs in real time across 3 different assets. With this information, you can see who's in control across the 3 assets and remove all that guesswork and make better decisions faster. So if you want to simplify your trading and see who's in control and be on the right side of trend, make sure you check it out with the link down below. Now let's get back into today's video. Obviously, we're trying to time it the best we can, but this is a very unfortunate day today, just being wicked out barely. But I do like the longs because looking to the left, you see this light blue view up the previous day's New York. Looking to the left, it was nothing but buyers in control overnight and even above yesterday's high. So I'm still liking the longs, but knowing that the shorts could come in because we are still beneath these 2 VWAPs. So the shorts would be outside the range though. I'm not going to be shorting it inside the range where we still could be making that higher low like we did. Look at the rest of the afternoon. It in fact came back down. But a better short would be when it's outside the range here, confirming that trend is going to move us lower today, not when we're in the middle of this range, right? So very unpredictable there, but you should have made money on NQ one way or another if you were playing the double break. I hate to see traders take the loss, be scared to get back in, and just eat the loss when there was a re-entry to make that money back, maybe plus some. And then worst case scenario, they're long, stopped out, jump in the short immediately. That one loses as well. No sympathy on that one though. There's no reason behind that. Let's first take a quick look at YM. No one traded it today on stream, maybe a few people in the chat. But holy patience or holy confidence you would probably need to hold through this thing because there's a double break short. Stop loss at the structure. Did not get wicked out. This is technically a win. You can see the check mark down here on the new indicator update, which is available down below if you want to grab it. There's a lifetime sale going on right now to the end of August. 50% off, lifetime, forever. So make sure you grab that if you want this updated indicator as well. But the stop loss at structure high does hold. We had a few traders add in there. Very nice, very high level trading there if you want to say, because it's very choppy for a little bit but never stops you out, and then it chops the rest of the morning, which is exactly why this is your take profit level. Let me clear everything, right? Why would this show a check mark? That's where you should be out of the trade. So if you don't pull it there wanting more, you don't get it until 3 hours later. So I hope it was worth it. Now let's go to ES. Another reason we were talking about, how do I know if I play the double break and retest? Unfortunately, there's no one simple answer of, oh, you know today you want this or that. It's just discretion and experience almost. Almost you can call it common sense. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but we're going to roll with that. Looking at ES, way different than NQ, right? The VWAP alignment, clearly to the downside. Let's zoom out to the left, mark off yesterday's low. We broke underneath it. So we're beneath yesterday's low, beneath every VWAP imaginable that we care about. If we slide this over, we're beneath the POC. At this time, we could go look at the Mag 7 as well, but then we're not going to be able to go back there. But let's go take a look at NQ, or NVIDIA, excuse me, to the downside. Google, down. All the stocks in the Mag 7 were bearish. And we're looking to trade the indice here of MES. So could I believe this wants to move lower? Well, all the VWAPs say so. We're beneath yesterday's low, POC, all those stocks. If it does move lower, would I be too surprised? Probably not. So inverse that question, would this be a day I want to force the double break to move higher? Now, we have seen double breaks that look ugly and clearly still win, where you're saying, wow, I would not have guessed that would have worked. But the double break is pretty powerful. So I'm not saying a VWAP alignment is the end all be all for the results of the double break. Certainly not. I just made a video on that, how we had 5 double breaks on one day. Results were scattered across the different assets, but so were the VWAPs. There was no clear indicator of this variable made it slightly more profitable today. VWAPs were all over the place, right? So you can't say VWAP alignment told you this double break was going to lose, but I think pairing it with the stocks and other structure, you could use your discretion to say, I don't know if this is going to want to come higher. Because what is going to bring us higher when all the stocks in this asset is moving lower? Well, the majority of the heavily weighted ones are moving as lower. This might just keep going lower, right? So you take the double break loss on the chin. Let's say the first one here, you're long, stop loss that structure. Oh, that's a short. Reverse that, you're long into the open range high. It loses, new high. So now with the risk of this, you just got stopped out. You see the X there, that double break is now invalid. Could this still work higher? Of course. But one thing to note, structure on top when you're looking for shorts, structure on the bottom when you're in a long, right? So since we're in a long, you might be buying a lower high because it's still making lower highs, more so because it made a lower low as well. Just like this was the lower low, now it made a new one because we had someone on stream back here saying I like the longs, I think it was at this point, because we double bottom, we're making higher lows now. Maybe fair, maybe we made a higher low, but did we make a higher high to match with that? No, we did not. We're still making these lower highs, so sellers are still more so in on top, setting us lower and lower each time. So it's going to be a very tough and aggressive long. That's more so you wanting to long it. You're wanting to see those higher lows that aren't really there, because then before you know it, the next lower low comes in and you're like, oh yeah, never mind. Scratch that. Scratch those higher lows. It's gone now. So same idea. Oh, higher lows down here. This would be a perfect example too. Here's the bottom, higher low. Oh, this thing's going higher now. Is it? We're still making lower highs on top. So if we're in a bearish trend with VWAP alignment to the downside, focus on structure on top. Vice versa, if you're in a long, you want to see bullish structure underneath you. So today it was just a trend continuation day. And we had a few of them last week. I think this day here on Thursday last week. Trend is sometimes, many times, just going to continue. So we're not going to be looking for the double break setup every day, nor will it win every day that it does present. But there's clearly buyers in control. So I remember I said on this day as well, when we get down to the VWAP, right, common sense, let's just use that word again, what makes me think we would just move to the bottom? That's asking in my mind a whole lot. When it told me it's all buyers in control today, above every VWAP, above yesterday's high, how would this come lower? I don't see that. I just don't see that happening. So I'm going to trade the trend continuation back up. And that's kind of the same premise today. Now, when we look back at ES, everything was moving lower. How is this going to move higher? Against all these VWAPs, against the assets, against the stocks, again, right? So when you're worded like that, you're like, yeah, that kind of is a silly long. So I don't want anyone to beat themselves up if they did long it. It was very slow, very choppy, easily where you can get flip-floppy with your bias of trying to take a short, then flip into a long, back to the short, and maybe not even really making profits in it because it keeps coming back to that VWAP. But the end-all lesson that I share in Futures 2.0 and on stream every day, if we just knew for a fact, right, magic crystal ball, it was going to be a bearish day, where would we have wanted to sell it? At the VWAP. So no matter what the day, no matter what the strategy, the same principle is VWAP is the price that pays. I want to be involved along this blue line on the pullbacks. Just like when you're taking the double break setups, you're still entering at the blue New York VWAP. Because at the end of the day, no matter the direction, the strategy, I want to be involved at this VWAP, right? And you can see that's where you can get scalpy with it and capture any of these small moves, however small they may be. This one's obviously the healthy move, but money to be made from the New York VWAP. So make sure you just keep that in mind, as we always do, right? And NQ looking a little bit different today, looking long, flip to the shorts. YM came down all the way, the whole day. So shorts were on the table today. Hopefully capitalize on maybe one of these double breaks, if not the break and retest on ES. And if you didn't, it's Monday. You got the whole rest of the week to bounce back. Hopefully you didn't oversize. Not hopefully, you should not have been oversized on a Monday on your first trade, or any day really. But as long as you're not oversized, you took 1 or 2 controlled losses, you should be in good shape the rest of the week to bounce back, right? Worst case scenario, you tried the double break longs twice on ES, you lost both. Put in that 2 trade rule where if you lose twice, especially in the same direction, call it a day. It's not your day, my friend. Price action's either ugly, your mindset's not there in it today, a mix of both, I don't know, don't care. Just shut down shop, come back tomorrow, you'll find cleaner trades, right? Preserve your capital today when you're not seeing it clearly, so when the next day looks like this, you can maximize on it and quickly recover those losses. Don't dig yourself too big of a hole on a Monday because you're forcing moves and not seeing things clearly. Wait for them to become clearer, if that's today or the next day or on this day last week, right? Any of the days. There's always gonna be another trade, so keep that in mind. If you want access to the indicator update, which is out now about the double break and retest will be coming involved in that as well. Lifetime sale is out, 50% off, so I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow morning.